What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another great episode. DJ Reacts, you know what it is. Got another episode, not a banger, but a very important episode. The reason this is important is because this is about P. Diddy. And the reason I want to add awareness to this is because this is something that's been going on, under the covers around the entire world. And this is the most downright disgusting, despicable thing a human could ever be involved in, right? And it warms my soul. My entire being smiles when I see so many of us waking up. Our vibrations are rising. We're all on this path together. And I always said, when we're on this path together, things are going to be going right, but a lot of things are going to try to knock us off. And it's going to get worse. But also, whatever's in the dark is going to come to light. And what these people have been doing has been coming to light so vastly. It's just an entire world of corruption. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? So this isn't, we're not even getting to the main things, but we're getting some big ones, and this is a big one. So I wanted to put this out there. This was by somebody, a channel called Living a Life of Abundance, but I just wanted to put this out there because the more awareness we can put out there on this, the better it is for everybody. The more you see, the more you know, and knowledge is power. So as a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything that I say. Don't believe anything that you see in these videos. Do your own research. Let's get on with this content.
We've also seen an FBI agent and numerous other officers going in and out of the house that is behind it. You can see the beige complex there. That home, we understand, according to property records, owned by Sean Combs, or Diddy as he is known. That property, again, being searched at this hour. We all...
Right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
no, I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't, people say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need another one. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Diddy's new villain name should be the Diddler. Denzel Washington tried to warn us when he said this.
Denzel always told me, we'd be at the parties, he said, you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. Okay? Always remember that Denzel would leave the parties early. I followed Denzel out.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What are you talking about? And when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. When you see Jadakiss put his head down, like, while we stuck here right now, and the cameras is rolling, everybody see, don't make like it's just me, man. Fluffy do some like a little fluffy stuff now going on. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding. Let me get out of it. No, dude, take me, that's what a guy says to a girl.
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
See, those kinds of tactics, always watch 50. 50 has been after Puff. He knows all the secrets. A lot of people know. But the thing is now, Jay-Z, Puffy's out there snitching on everybody, trying to cut a deal with Homeland Security, snitching on everybody. So now they're looking at Jay-Z big time. And 50, I've always loved 50 as a person, as a businessman, as an artist. 50 is just, real with whatever he does, and everybody recognized that from the beginning. So, and 50's highly intelligent. That's the thing a lot of people really don't realize. You listen to this man's talk, and considering where he grew up from, the type of life that he lived, and then listen to how he speaks when he's talking about business and all of this stuff. When people ask him questions, and he'll sit there and think for a minute and then just slap you with an answer that you never saw coming. So I've got nothing but love and respect for 50, but he was going after Diddy, and now Diddy is sitting here snitching on everybody. So let's look at it.
Thing to have you ask him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. I don't have no beef with Fifth. He loves me. Y'all can't see that he loves me? You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? You know he loves me. I don't think he like it. You know he loves me. I don't think.
P. Diddy, if you're out there watching this, I need you to report to the nearest rainbow.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. I'm proud of you. I love you.
The fuck did he just say? Did he just call another man daddy? You putting in? No, I can't even say it in a funny way, because it just it sounds, it doesn't sound right coming out in general.
Dude got this man cooling off his cheeks in a pool. Diddy blown this dude's cheeks wide open that he can't even kick his legs to swim away. These rappers need to come up with a new documentary called Surviving Daddy Diddy. And a grown-ass man calling another man who is not his father daddy is suspect. Now it's all starting to make sense why Tom McDonald tweeted this. You know what's the best part about being an independent rapper? P. Diddy doesn't give it to you in the bungle hole.
Ha! Gay!
You not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. You know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. But I'm not scared of being the competition. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. All of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my p in front of all my people at my agency. I told him no, what y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian, but in my face, no, no, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about.
This man, Cat, is spiritually elevated. He understands true power, and may God protect him and his family. It takes balls of steel to speak on a topic like this.
Selling out arenas and everything, starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we.
And wait till you guys have seen what he recently did. Like you don't even see yet. I mean, this is some of the old stuff, but wait till you see what he's recently done. I just feel for, and Cat Williams, I love Cat Williams. He was one of the few to not take those shortcuts and put it all out there. And he has got everybody terrified. When the whole epilator thing popped up and then the Weinsteins popped up, everybody got terrified. And look what's happening now. It's a snowball. It's a massive snowball, and everybody is getting in it. And this thing has gone on. This is not just in Hollywood. This happens around the world. These places have, people do this all over the world. This is not just a Hollywood thing. It's not a US thing. It's not a California thing. These people can go wherever they want in the world. They can go, unfortunately, now they can even go to Germany. We didn't have those issues before we did something that we probably shouldn't have done so much of, you know, pretty recently. But now you have this, it's almost like, you know, these little houses that they have, and people who have the victims there, and they're like, okay, you know, what are you looking for? And they, you know, different countries use different phrases. You know, I want a pizza with sauce, no cheese, you know, or, you know, they have very different language depending on where you go, but they could literally go anywhere. And the crazy thing is, I always wonder, you couldn't have been born like this, you know? This industry made you like this. But just because the industry made you like this, do you have to stay like this? Like, you've got your millions, you've got your deals. Why would you keep with it? You know, but apparently, you know, they're all into some satanic ritual, some crazy shit, cult shit that, you know, the rest of us luckily and thankfully are not a part of. Because it's like, you know, when you go on vacation, you don't have to indulge in this, but you will find a way to indulge and find one of these little places that has these little, you know, victim treats that you like, and go there. Like, it's that corruption. It's that corruption of your core. You know, you're going so you're vibrating at such a low level. You're damn near a solid, which is the lowest form of vibration. It's disgusting.
Used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
Just look at Bieber. He was acting like he just ran into his ex-girlfriend at the grocery store, that he's been doing everything possible to avoid her for months. A 41-year-old asking a 15-year-old why they don't hang out anymore is suspect.
Yeah, tell them stop bringing all the minors over here late at night. I live right next to him. He do too much. He be like buses, like big ass buses. You just see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. It gets wild. I'm his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be because I don't want to knock on the door.
Meanwhile,
Ava, I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava.
This is exactly what I wanted to show you guys. So this is just absolutely despicable, and I don't even understand how anyone could have let this happen. I mean, look how worried this guy right here looks. I mean, he does not look like it's a fun time. And this is recent. Look at him. This is recent. This is how he looks now. This is recent. I mean, he dyes his beard a lot, but that's him now.
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with the kids. Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care.
So that's it. That's his reason. That was his legitimate. That was his legitimate reason. I thought you could also enjoy having a black parent to take care of you. How do you... So, this child has parents that obviously, I guess maybe not obviously, love her. Because they allowed this man to adopt her when she's got two parents. You know what that looks like to me? Excuse me. It looks like he was looking for something to keep at home, and he made a deal with the parents, because trust me, there's the I don't even like this coming out of my mouth, but the disgust of the parents out there that would sell their own child. You know, they might be in financial turmoil, or they might not, you know, they might not be where they're at, or might have some troubles going on. Everybody's got problems. But these people will sell their own child. And so he adopts a child that has two parents, you know, perfectly fine child and parents, but the parents, I guarantee you, Diddy was like, I'm gonna give you this much money, and I'll even give you this much every month. Sign this NDA, let me adopt her, and let me keep her at my house. So his reason, you see, he's naming all these other stars that have done this. You know, Sandra Bullock, Angelina Jolie, Charlize Theron. You know, he's trying to name them because he's name dropping, trying to make it look like he's doing what they're doing. He's not fucking doing what they're doing. Granted, all of them aren't doing the right thing either. You know, I think it's super strange that, you know, sometimes it's strange. I think sometimes it's strange that people would just go to different countries and be like, oh, a little Latino baby, I want one, let me adopt that. Go to Africa, oh, a little African baby, so cute, let me adopt them. You know, it's strange, but if you're actually taking that child out of a bad situation, then yeah, but you're also taking that child out of their culture, their actual family, you know, like you never see them going back to where they adopted them from to let them, you know, unite or reunite with their actual culture. No, they just give them the, you know, everything they could ever ask for in this culture, you know, so they have no idea. And this is what happens to us. This is what happens. These are ways that you see our history has been erased so many times. We've been programmed to forget so many times. Luckily, I've remembered everything, but so many people forget. They erase our history. They erase who we are. They erase what we can do. They erase what we're about as a people, as a society. They erase all of that shit and then teach us propaganda. Teach us everything about nothing so we can just work. Fuck these people. I can't fucking stand them. I have no hatred in my heart. That emotion does not exist within me, but still, fuck these people. I would never have anything to do with them, and I'm glad all of this is coming out.
You and help you out. So, just clarify, because it's crazy out here online. So play with the kids, and I got permission from your mother. Say all of that, because it's crazy out here.
I got the Viola when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then basically, 4 of us. So I always come over.
Yes. And it's A.W. Brioni Combs. Come on. Let's go.
There's an Epstein, Weinstein, and now there's a Comstein. R. Kelly and P. Diddy are going to cut a track in prison called Penetration in the Penitentiary.
Ha! Gay! And you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Just look at Justin Bieber. He does not look like he's having the time of his life. It looks like he's being held hostage. You know, 2024 is about to be a crazy year because a lot of crazy things are about to get exposed. And gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yo, he's absolutely right. 2024. Think about it. We're about to be in April, right? We're about to be in April. And look at all the shit that has happened. I just did a video yesterday on the 3 bridges that crashed, all on bridges. I mean, the 3 ships that crashed into bridges and just completely wiped them out. Why is nobody talking about that? It looks like they're trying to trap people where they're at so nobody can get to them. They're trapped there. I mean, how insane is that? 3 bridges all in the same fucking East Coast get crashed into by ships and just collapse, and then people say they're hearing bombs? No.
It's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me. So, shout outs to the nobodies. The police said they arrested the shooters, then said they didn't arrest the shooters. But I was there.
Did Suge do anything to provoke this, or?
Nobody in the world has ever provoked themselves being shot.
That's true.
If you're an idiot, you can believe this was about Suge Knight.
What about the reports that this was gang-related, that these were 2 gang members that thought they did it in spite?
That was just a little quick snippet I wanted to post. I wanted to get that out there. I'll post more on it when I do some more TikTok stuff, but I just wanted to put this out there, and, you know, just everybody doesn't see everything, so if I have a chance to spread awareness, I'm going to use that chance, and this is something that everybody needs to see. And, you know, we got a couple more coming up right after this, but I'm just trying to do a little quick thing so we can spread some of this, because not everybody knows what's going on. So let's get this out there. Let's get this information out there.
We trying to shake up the world, baby. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do some real here. You know what I mean? I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I started licking my lip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash koosmash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf. The smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gave me the ooshkash muash. I love it.
Whatever the diddler gave you, Orlando, please give it back. And have you guys ever noticed that the kids who end up in Hollywood never came back the same? It's truly sinister.
Umbrellas there have been shielding the entrance to his home. He has stayed out of sight since Homeland Security agents were here on Monday doing that search warrant, doing that raid, and since headlines after that have gone global about a sex trafficking investigation. The Private guards at Two-Star Island spent hours fussing with umbrellas to shield the car. If there were decoys to throw off onlookers there to track Sean Diddy Combs, it worked. Those vehicles left the house shortly before we learned Combs' private plane had landed at Opa-locka Airport just after 1.
Meanwhile,
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
This video, I'm a savage, takes on a whole new meaning. Take a look.
His freak-out parties. In attendance were celebrities, politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives. Lil Rod claimed some of the biggest names in the recording industry sponsored these parties.
Now, what do we know about those British royalties, about those bloodlines? Not human. Not human. Not even fucking close to human. I'm gonna find that video of the woman in England that was out there, and she was, you know, she had a lot of people surrounding her, and she had a megaphone, and there were thousands of people there, and she was telling about her experience when she was locked up in the British royal castle, about what the Queen, and talking about how she shapeshifts. She was the biggest reptilian, but her son, her grandson, Prince Harry, he was, you know, he would come in first and shift, and the way she talked about it, the way she said things, she said, you know, she would stand there and then she would turn her back to her, and then she would make her face shift and turn around and look, and then she just grow taller, and then her back started to shift and everything, and then she would turn around, and she said that fear is what they wanted, and that fear was the main thing to make them release that, you know, that how can I say this without getting fucked up? That renal bone. You know what I'm saying? That renal bone? Yeah, because it comes from fear. It's a hormone that gets released during fear. And for them, it's like the best drug. And I've got to find that video. But let's stick with this. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic. Let's go back to this.
With sex workers, drugs, and underage girls. The CEO of Universal Music, Lucian Grange, is named as a defendant. So is the former CEO of Motown Records, Ethiopia Habert Mariam, and others. Lil Rod says hidden cameras were in every room of Diddy's home. Lil Rod believes that Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Salacious tapes of Hollywood's biggest names, including record CEOs and politicians, doing drugs and cavorting with prostitutes and minors. The complaint argues that these freak-off parties were a business model. Young and up-and-coming talent attended and were promised career opportunities and access to music executives. They were then plied with drugs and alcohol, filmed. Some were blackmailed. There was a quid pro quo, according to the complaint. Lil Rod said not only were these music executives sponsoring these parties, they were handing Diddy large sums of cash that he used to pay for the sex workers and drugs. Something tells me the IRS is going to be interested.
They're raiding Diddy, the diddler, Sean Epstein Combs. But yet, you're telling me they can't release the Epstein customer list? The divisionary tactics are at an Olympic gymnastics level. Now, here's my technical analysis. I think this whole thing is just a cover-up for the people who are really behind it. And I also think that they're trying to get rid of Diddy before he gets to the evidence. Now, just to throw it out there, Diddy didn't kill himself.
To speak freely is directly correlated with your insignificance. You're allowed to talk if nobody listens. If people start listening, you have to be very careful what you say. Now, if you're P. Diddy and you fuck people in the ass and you fuck underage kids and you do drugs and you do all this shit, that's fine as long as you comply with the system, comply with the matrix, understand who your owner is. He's obviously pissed one of them off because they're all doing it. And what happens is if you start to rebel a little bit or you get too big for your boots, then they teach you a lesson because every single person in the entertainment industry is owned. But if you're standalone like me and you refuse to bend or to bow or to go to these parties or to sign these sponsorship contracts or your soul, then they're going to hit you with lawfare like they did. They don't want you to be big unless you're owned so they can tell you what to say. I'm not owned, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, which is why they're trying to ruin my life. And guess what? I don't give a fuck.
No.
Put me in jail.
No, and do you know what?
I'm a fucking tough guy.
Yeah, no, and do you know what? I completely agree.
Now,
you know what? I actually agree with, I completely agree with Andrew Tate there. The people that don't play ball with them are the people like Cat Williams, Andrew and Tristan Tate. You know, they're not playing that game. You know, they don't give a fuck. And Cat Williams especially, you know, he was holding back on the Joe Rogan show. But when you look at him on the Shay Williams show, he didn't hold back a whole lot. And I'm not sure why that is, but I think Cat Williams just knows the audience of Rogan, and knowing Rogan personally, I think he was just trying to hold back saying certain things because he doesn't know, because Rogan's so big, he doesn't know if he might say something that somebody in his circle is into and might offend them. That's what I personally think. You know, I love Joe Rogan. I'm a massive fan of Joe Rogan. I always have been, you know, and, you know, I just think that people like Cat Williams are rare, you know, because you see when he first came out, you know, like him and Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, you know, those are two that just, they don't fuck with that shit. And look at him, you know, Dave Chappelle, you know, was under too much stress, went to Africa, came back, is not signing those deals. He got his land and his house out in middle America, and he's good. And now he's out here doing what he wants. You know, people want to see him. He's doing these long comedic shows, talking to the crowd, giving people parts of himself that he would not be able to do if he were under contract. Cat Williams is doing the same thing. So, you know, props to people like them that do not go for it. You know, they don't fall for the okie doke. And, you know, I'm sure, well, I don't know, because I don't think it's difficult to turn down. It's like, hey, you're going to pay me, you know, $50 million to do some shit that's against my moral compass. Easy no. Very easy no. I gotta sleep at night. I got a family to look at. I got a child to look at. Easy no. But apparently some people aren't built like that, so get what comes after that.
Deeper down the rabbit hole. From the looks of it, it looks like Diddy's past professional ties are getting nicely tied off. Because when Diddy goes down, he doesn't take them all with him. And by all of them, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't got no celebrity friends because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
Gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills,
No.
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that, and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Kanye talks like a man who really truly understands how the world works behind these shady curtains. And people were saying he lost his mind, Kanye has gone crazy. But as a matter of fact, he was telling you guys the truth all this time. You see, when they can't control you, they try to control how people see you. Andrew Tate, Russell Brand, just to name a few. You see where I'm going with this?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely spot the fuck on. They can't control you, so they're gonna try to control how people see you. They're gonna make people think you're crazy, you need help, you need rehab. And one of the things that they do is they'll put you in a rehab and have you medicated so much that you're just slobbering on yourself and can't do anything. Just to teach you a lesson. That's one of the things they've done. They've done it to a lot of people, and people always thought Ye was crazy. I never thought Ye was crazy. Ye was going through some crazy shit with some people that are so intertwined within that industry because he fucked up and married someone and didn't realize what he was getting into, and he had no idea the depths of, you know, the evilness that he was getting into with that family. He had no clue. None. You're talking about people that not only grew up on TV, but then grew up around the whole OJ thing. And then you've got the mama who's a momager, you know, a mother manager. She's the fucking evilest one. And then the guy she's dating, Corey, he's a plant. There's so many plants. There's tons of plants. That one girl is a plant. Can't remember her name, but she just got a Grammy. Her first song is still on the radio. It's only been out a few months, and she got a Grammy. What's the chick name? The stupid little curly hair, fat belly, but wears halter. Ice Spice. She's a plant. She's a straight plant. So she's trying to get into that industry, and you see her with all these things, and she's throwing these little, you know, I'm not gonna do it, but you know the signs that they throw. She's trying to signal them like, I'm ready, you know, I'm trying to come in, I want to be in, you know. And this is not Illuminatus. This is the Hollywood version of it. It's not true Illuminati. So never think that. I did a video on the 13 families that most people know about, and then I did on that same video after that, I did a video on same video, but just right after I showed you the ones that you've more than likely heard of, I talked about the ones that you've never heard of, where I'm talking about the Black Popes and how far they go back and what the Black Pope does and the Orsinis, and you know, I talk about all of these families. So this is not Illuminatist. This is just fake Illuminati. You know, this is their version, the Hollywood version of it. And Kanye, everything Kanye says, try to disprove it, because I've tried. I've done my research, and everything he says is pretty spot on. So yeah, I feel so bad for him. A man that felt like his children were being kidnapped and he couldn't make it. He just wanted to go to his child's birthday party, and nobody would give him the address. Nobody would give him the address. Till Travis did. You know how fucked up that's gotta feel? Because you're actually in the car trying to go to where you need to go, and you know your child is gonna think that you weren't there because you just were a shit parent, but it's not you. You see the narrative they try to paint? Fuck these people.
On the labels, on the prisons. Literally the same people? Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. The records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
But they didn't make you write those lyrics.
It's not about making somebody write the lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. Some records are made by committee, meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put out there what Cube is talking about. So he's absolutely right. All of the people that own the private prisons are the same people that own the record labels. Now, a lot of you guys are probably really young. You don't remember the 80s and 90s. Well, in the 80s, you had, you know, Kid and Play and Kool Moe Dee and, you know, all these rappers, you know, but it was more of a real hip hop thing. It was the beginning of hip hop, and it was more about, you had conscious rappers, you had very conscious rappers. You had like KRS-One, you had Kool Moe Dee was just bragging, you had LL Cool J, which, you know what he's about. But so then with just in a couple of years, it switched to gangster rap. Now we all know that the CIA actually did bring cocaine to the US. They did it to fund their wars. And then they showed them how to create crack from it. That's real. That's real. That is not anything fake. And I hope I don't get fucking knocked down or throttled down. They've already throttled me for the shit that I say. But all of that is absolutely real. Why do you think we went from Kid and Play and doing the little kick dance, you know? We all did it, go around, you know, all those dances. Will Smith, Summertime, you know, those songs to, you know, straight gangster rap, murder, murder, murder. We went from that to that, like literally one side to the furthest side. That's what happened. And you know why? Because there was a bigger plan in place and people didn't have the big picture. They didn't have the big picture that with I don't know what you guys call it. The rest of the country calls it CPS. We call it DHR here. So you've got CPS, you've got the private prison systems, and then you've got the entire thing. And the Clintons were in on this, mind you. See, this is the part you guys don't. This goes back. This is early 90s. The Clintons were big into this. Hillary, CPS. So, and then you've got excuse me, then you've got the oh fuck, what's it called? The not the parent program, what is it? I can't remember the name. Anyways, it's like the parent program or something, but anyways, but what they do is take your children. It was all about taking children and taking fathers and locking them up. And then when you take the fathers and lock them up and you get an entire neighborhood, you know, you get an entire neighborhood, you give them this stuff to sell, they're making money, so they're making money, which means illegally, which means they have to protect themselves illegally, and then they're listening to the music that fosters that kind of action, and then they're taking the fathers out of the home. Why? They take the fathers out of the home so they can have the mothers dependent on the government. Why? Because the mothers can't do anything that the fathers were doing, so now the mothers are dependent on government. So now you have, you know, multiple generations of people that are dependent on welfare, stuck in these food deserts, stuck in these projects, stuck in these systems that they make so much money off of from the fathers being in prison. The amount that they give the mothers on a monthly basis to get food and live in the projects is nothing compared to what they get paid for that dad being locked up in prison. That was the whole plan for that. That was the big plan. And it's so stupid because people did not realize that. And they just let it happen. Oh yeah, I'm getting them. They felt that the only way to get that money, which is sad because, yeah, you need money to do stuff, but you don't need money to be happy. I've been to 30 countries. I go into the slums. I go into the areas where they don't have a lot of money. And you know what? Those are the areas I see the happiest children I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely beautiful. If you've never done it, do it. I don't care what fucking country you go to. Get out of the tourist area if there is one, and go to the bad areas. Go to the areas where, you know, there's not a lot of money. You got the happiest people there. They're happy. They're just happy. You know why? They don't know what else is out there. They're just happy. The innocence of people, not just children, the innocence of people is beautiful. That is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Children happy. They don't have a lot, but they don't know that they don't have a lot. They have each other. They're playing around. You know, they've got some candy every now and then they're exploring and they're playing soccer or football is what we call it. You know, they're having fun. It's beautiful. But they didn't want that here. They wanted to specifically plan. Look up eugenics. Look at this stuff. I mean, like, I'm not going to talk too much. Do your research. Look up eugenics. Look up all this stuff. This stuff was planned. This was a big plan. And now we're in Agenda 21. So if you don't know what that is, you're not going to be able to find much research on that. And I probably shouldn't have even said that word because that might get my channel taken down. But you don't know what Agenda 21 is. That started in 99 or 98, 99, I believe. And then when that last big pandemic hit, it kicked into full effect. That's why it's called Agenda 21. So if you can't find it, do more digging. I don't know what to tell you. I can tell you more about it, but I don't want to get canceled or banned, because then what good is that? You know, I can't tell you anything else.
We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics. We're gonna have that. You have, you know, the record company pushing the narrative. You know, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full.
I started kicking it with Diddy, right? I ran around with Diddy for 2 years, and this Diddy, we never went to the studio one time, but he was like, yo, I fuck with your demo, that shit, you know, bad boy, but hey, Playboy, hey, here go a watch, Playboy, here go a chain, Playboy. I'm like, yo, we ever gonna rap? This nigga like, nah,
I was doing it for 2 years.
But the jet leaves at 5, we going to Miami, Playboy, we going to, you know what I'm saying, we going to New York, we in ATL this weekend, Playboy, pop out, and I was going everywhere with Diddy, and then one day this Diddy, me and Diddy was smoking, he was like, you know what I've been thinking? You belong with Dr. Dre. No, you don't say. But yeah, so Diddy told me that, and before I went to go fuck with Diddy, I went to go fuck with Suge. And Suge had, at this time, if you remember, he had Eastwood, Crooked Eye, Corrupt, right, and Left Eye, and I felt like, you know, I was young, and I had my whole hood with me, my city was behind me, like Death Row. Right. Why wouldn't you want to be signed to Death Row? It's Pac, it's Snoop, it's Dre, it's Suge. And plus I didn't give a fuck at that time about nothing. I wanted to do the music, but I was still heavy in the streets.
Tell me you're a diddler victim without telling me you're a diddler victim. What he meant to say was he dated the diddler for 2 years.
Gay. The nigga Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga like the fucking. This nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. But this is a little fruit. It's a fruit pie. It's a fruit pie. Trust me. You see these little weird ass pictures and shit like that out there, sitting out there for no reason. Like, you don't see accident pictures with me like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look. Later you gonna find out a little shit that I be saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? Man, listen. I'm trying to tell
P. Diddy?
Look how long ago that was. That video came out years ago. And you can hear Noriega on there. Yo, son, chill, son. Yo, son, chill. Because I think, I know Nori knew about it. So he's like, yo, son, chill, son. Look how long ago that was. 50's always spitting the truth. So, mad respect to him.
If you're out there watching this, I need you to report to the nearest rainbow.
Diddy has been making the rounds with however many ladies as he can, yet it hasn't halted the reports about his clashing sexuality. 25-year-old Jay Versace has quite recently added to the tales with claims that while visiting Diddy at his home months prior, the rapper bent him over on his monster outside bed, guaranteeing that Jay's vague remarks affirms Diddy's secret gay exercises. Jay Versace is an American social media personality who is known for his comedic content and as being the funniest teenager on the internet. When he was at the peak of his fame, Diddy invited him over to his Los Angeles mansion for a party. A gathering of some female TikTokers posted a throwback pic showing them playing on Diddy's outdoor bed. That's when Jay crept into the comments and made a few touchy charges towards Diddy, revealing Diddy had him bent over on the bed.
Wow. I have no idea who this dude is. I've never heard of him in my life because that's not the kind of content I really look at, but that is wow. And you know what? People probably thought he got that for. Oh, the girl. See, people probably thought that he was just clout chasing, and fact is, he was telling the truth the whole time.
Jay did not explain the circumstances around him being folded over with Diddy.
Diddy likes men, but he likes men who are straight. It's a control thing with him. He's not only twisted, he's cruel, and he's done a lot of horrific things. You bet his day is coming. Diddy in these pictures looking like he's thinking about his other boyfriends. You see, being gay is one thing, but being a gay predator is something else. As the Bible said, what is done in the dark always eventually comes to the light.
But did you party with Diddy a lot?
Did I not say that? How many times have I said that? I say that all the time. It's the truth. Truth always comes out.
Eventually comes to the light.
But did you party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
Why wouldn't you stay late?
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't invited to too many of those parties.
Why didn't you stay late, like after hours? Did it get crazy after that, or what?
I don't know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to find out.
Now you know why. Cat Williams said this.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Now let's look at the big picture here. And this is why I love you guys. Because the people in the comment section, some of you guys stay 3 steps ahead. This could be all one big distraction, a smoke screen to distract us while there's a whole genocide going on in Gaza. Now, gentlemen, this is just the tiny tip of the iceberg. And from here on forward, things are about to get crazy. Stay safe out there, my friends. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
24 is going to be very chaotic. It's going to be weird. There's some weird movies coming out. How many guys saw the recent movie Leave the World Behind? Anybody saw that movie there? Oh, okay. Yeah, you know all these. Am I watching a movie or is this a documentary realistic thing? And then I'm seeing Mark Zuckerberg just spent $100 million building a house in Hawaii with a nuclear bunker. What does he know that the rest of the world doesn't know about? Talk about the timing. Oh, accidentally, coincidentally, a week after that movie comes out, a new movie comes out. What's the name of that movie? Civil War. Leave the world behind. Our power grid in America hasn't been updated. 75% of it hasn't been updated in 50 years. And you're kind of talking about that. Then you're pinning whites against blacks. There's a line in the movie that says, Dad, you know if something goes down, we can't trust these white people. I know that's something both you and Mom agree on. Why do you put that line in the movie, Barack? And you were helping with the script. Why?
Look, these things are all true. And I can't even, I mean, I love Bet David. He's awesome. But look, the one thing we've got to remember is when the shit hits the fan, we've got to stick together. We cannot do what they want us to do. We have got to help each other. We have got to stick together. We cannot have it turn out like they plan, you know. If, just for instance, if the power grid were to completely go out, say we got hit by an EMP or a solar flare hit us, which is basically a massive EMP, right? Knocked us back to the 1400s, right? The Dark Ages. 90% of the population would die within the first year just because of lack of antibiotics, lack of just medicine. 90%. So there's too many of us out there that are smart enough to help. So we can't just stick to our own. We've got to form communities. It can't be like Walking Dead where, you know, you're out there. I'm not talking about the zombie aspect. I'm talking about the aspect where you're just, you know, trying to steal from other people and kill, and other people are trying to, you know, be better and be the bad guy and just take from people. We've got to stick together because that's our power. That's always been our power. And like he said, you know, the news has got us divided, thinking that black is against white or whatever, brown against other brown. I don't fucking know. It doesn't even make sense to me. Nobody is pure anything, you know. I'm obviously mixed, you know. Where does that put? You've got to help each other. It doesn't matter, you know. I live in a community where, you know, I've thought about moving plenty of times. You know, I was looking at $500,000 and $600,000 houses. And what kept me where I'm at is because I've got a community to where, you know, which right after this video, I'm going over there to help my buddy, where his belt just came off of his car, and I gotta tap the bolt that broke and get that out, and the water pump and everything. So I live in a community where we all help each other out, you know, and that's the thing. We've got to help each other out. We can't be too much to ourselves. It's great to be cautious, but when you see people that need help and they can offer something in return or help you or something, but you've got, and trust me, I know there's so many sick, deviant-minded people out there that you don't know who to trust. But that's why you've got to feel them out. But don't let them separate us, the ones that are on this path together. Do not let them separate us, because that's their goal. If they can separate us, the ones that are ascending, if they can slow down or completely disrupt our ascension and divide us, they win again. And then guess what? Next 6,000 years will begin. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, well, we had all this going on, and then boom. And you know what? It's not going to be just Kim, Egypt, Africa. It's going to be Kim, Egypt, Africa, NATO, US, Europe used to exist, and it's going to be another people learning about us. So just don't let that happen. You know, it's absolutely important to be cautious, to be protective, but it's also important to help your fellow man. And if you let them divide us, you know, I mean, you're talking about 1% of the world that's trying to do this. We're so much bigger and better than all of them. It's nothing for us to take them over if something were to happen. We literally can do whatever we want as long as we stick together. But if we allow them to divide us, take the ego out, take the religion out, take all of the political stuff out, and just stick with the part of you that's just human, that's just love. Stick with that. That will get you farther. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Spread this awareness. Shout out to Living a Life of Abundance. Great content. I wanted to put it out there just to get it out there. So if you like it, do me a favor. Smash that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Run the numbers up on the algorithm. Get this out there to more people. They already throttle my content for what I say, and I know it. I know it. That's why my videos only get 20, 30, 50 views. But, you know, I'm still doing this for you guys. So, see you guys on the next one.